back to another episode of Heels Up. I am Vlad St. Valentine, and with me as always is the one who matters, Mr. Reggie Lincoln, and handing the melon back in the station is Caden. Yes, I know I said handing the melon.
Yep.
It's going to be something different every time.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, Han melon first.
Yep.
All right. Guys, today we're reviewing the Raw right after Clash of Champions, 9/28/2020. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day of the week it is, man.
Monday.
Time is an illusion in the pandemic.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so.
So we start off with the legends making their way out to the ringside, patting themselves on the back for getting one over on Randy Orton and paying him back a little bit. We got Shawn, Christian, Big Show, Ric Flair all come out, and they introduce Drew McIntyre, and they're all super happy to be there. Drew kind of goes through each one of them, putting them each over and thanking them for the influence they've had over his career. And, Shawn's like, listen, man, we didn't tell you we were going to interfere, and if you're upset that we interfered in your match, it's Ric's fault. So Shawn, altruistic to the end, buddy. Gotta love it. But Drew's like, yeah, you guys go back, have a few beers, chill out. We'll hang out afterwards. I want to be a fighting champion. I'm beat to hell, but open challenge to anyone who hasn't had a shot at my title before. So main event tonight is going to be Drew versus a challenger, TBD. And TBD is a bad son of a bitch, man.
Very bad.
Mm-hmm.
BMF.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
As they got it through patting each other on the butts and everything, Randy gets on the screen and cuts his promo.
Yeah, he's doing his sinister revenge thing, and then very noticeably make sure the cameras show him leaving the arena with his bag, which okay, so Randy's going to come around and strike from somebody at some point.
Yeah, they're going to Scooby-Doo us.
This was so fucking hokey. This was like something from Saw. The key is in that bathtub. That's all I could picture this entire time. It was just, it was so, there was some, we'll get to it, but it was corny. It was corny. And they've done some corny stuff and it's come off pretty cool, mostly seedy thing with the Firefly Funhouse. But this was just kind of, we'll get to it.
Next, we go into our Raw Women's Championship rematch between Zelina Vega and Asuka.
Yeah, we have to have the obligatory rematch from the pay-per-view the night before, like they always seem to want to do. And this one was about on par with the one before of it. I don't know. Zelina might have got a little more offense in this night than she did the night before.
Yeah, because, Asuka's a little tired from having two matches.
Yeah, Asuka did look a little tired on some of that stuff early on, but Asuka eventually would get into the Asuka lock again. Another beautiful flow, right into it. She tried to flow in from that pin into it, and then Zelina got to the ropes, but eventually, Asuka would get the lock in when 1, 2, 3 or not 1, 2, 3, sorry. Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, she tapped out.
Just say 1, 2, 3 with it. But no, eventually she get the lock in, and Zelina's going to tap out again. And when you come back from commercial, Andrade's in the ring telling her she's a piece of crap and she's nothing without him. And look, she's tried to go for the championship and lost twice. And Angel was a weak link. She was a weak link, and he's the best. And he issues an open challenge, so kick Zelina while she's down on her way out, then issues an open challenge.
And guess who it is? Oh, basket is glory. Did I do good?
Wasn't bad.
Okay, but we already know when you hear that, the limitless Keith Lee is showing up.
Dude got chip on his shoulder after getting punted. He is PO'd. And presumably, as far as he knows, there's no Randy to take it out on. So this chump stain Andrade, who just issued an open challenge, about to get, a little bit of aggression taken out on him. And that's exactly what happens.
Boy, did he.
So, yeah, this is not looking good for Andrade's future here. They just kind of, his tag team partner hurt himself, and now they just kind of fed him up to Keith Lee the next night. So, woof. And they kind of had him come out and cut an asshole promo to make you really hate him before he got his ass whooped. So it makes you really enjoy that ass whooping Keith Lee gave him.
Yep.
Yeah, so, of course, Keith gives him the spirit bomb. 1, 2, 3, it's a wrap.
There wasn't much of a match here. Keith Lee is always impressing me to watch him. And Keith is kind of like, Keith right now is kind of like Shinsuke when he first got here. It's just fun to watch him wrestle. He's a lot of fun. He's enjoyable just to see every time he's out there. Shin's had the shine knocked off of him by Vince, but hopefully that doesn't happen with Keith. Hopefully Keith is big enough to Vince will keep pushing him. Yeah, we get a segment with Akira Tozawa. Like a ninja brings basically his last will and testament to Akira since he was
eaten by a shark.
Oh, it's she's like, this is in Japanese. Like, here he is. Like, oh, there's an English one here. It's like, thank you. It's the ninja sitting there holding the box. And he's like, if you're reading this, I was eaten by a shark, which is, Way to plan ahead, man. Like, I just imagine Akira has like 3,000, like thousands upon thousands of different like wills. And like, run over by a truck driven by the Hulk. No. Okay, here we go. Eaten by sharks. Got it.
Well, he did go to the beach. He planned for that.
But Akira leaves Truth his black belt. That's what was in his thing. And Truth is like, why, Akira? But Akira's hiding under the table behind him and rolls up Truth. 1, 2, 3. Akira's new champion. But then the ninja double cross is actually Drew Gulak, who clocks Akira, rolls him up, and then
1, 2, 3.
Gets himself rolled up by Truth again. And then Truth runs out with the championship for the 41st time.
41 time, 24/7 champion.
So
24/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 South. Fuck, I lost it.
Well, after this, we get Seth come up to Murphy backstage, and he gives Murphy a hug, embrace him, calls it Seifel. Murphy looks a little kind of confused by all this, but he isn't turning Seth away, and Seth's like, what are you wearing your wrestling gear for? Go get that suit on I bought for you. You look nice. We're going to things to celebrate. The Mysterios are on television or some BS. I don't know, some crappy reason. But he sends Murphy off, and Murphy leaves his phone sitting there, and Seth pockets it, Ooh, diabolical things are brewing. So we got to get the King's Court out next.
Yeah, and, Jerry King Lawyer asked some investigative journalistic questions.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't going easy on him, man.
Man, those are tough questions, man.
He came out right with it. It's like, hey, well, what's up with you chatting up with the Murphy and,
Your parents not knowing about it, huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
what's up with that? What's up with that?
But we saw what's up with that when Seth came onto the screen to manipulate the Mysterio some more.
He has the phone. He's got the text message between Murphy and Aaliyah. And apparently, it seemed pretty innocuous, but our closed captioning cut off the bottom once we couldn't see what it said. But
Happy birthday, Murphy.
Yeah, it said, anyways, happy birthday, and I may take you up on that offer. Because the one before that was Murphy saying, hey, if you need anybody to talk, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Blah, 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 blah. Family drama to family drama to family drama. It's very soap opera. It's honestly not really my bag, but I mean, I guess it's an interesting enough storyline, so it is what it is. She's trying to defend Murphy. They're doing the star-crossed lovers thing because Murphy actually gets upset by this and kind of confronts Seth, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, grabs him, like, what do you want from me? Gets in his face. But by that point,
Dom just, pow, right in the kisser.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Yeah, Norset just wails on Murphy, and that's going to set up a match between those two later on in the night. And Seth just back there, menacingly rubbing his fingers. Like, he might as well have been like he's like totally turning to like a Hanna-Barbera villain or something, man. He's getting some Snidely Whiplash, stuff going on here. But yeah, we'll get to Dom and Murphy a little bit later. We'll play the family drama and the sisters. Like, he's not like them. We're gonna get some star-crossed lover, Romeo and Juliet
type stuff.
Yeah. Except for, I was gonna say I don't remember Romeo ever tying up Juliet's brother and hitting with a kendo stick, but then again, they did kill like your cousin, so I guess there's that. Well, plague on both your houses. If you ask for in the morning, you'll find me a grave man. So Natty and Lana come out and they state because the women's tag team champions can't compete, that they should have their belts stripped of them, and they should just be given to Lana and Natty because I don't know, because
they're a hashtag boat.
Well, Natty's the boat and Lana's there, but
is Lana there?
Enough reason.
She's there getting punished because her husband's working for AEW.
Yeah.
Keep bringing that one up every week because it's true. However, Gunny Lackey, Adam Pearce comes out and basically says because they're being obnoxious, they get to face the newest women's tag team, which is the Frankenstein slapped together Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke.
So the Battle of the Blondes here.
They need to give them a tag team name like the Blonde Bombshell. Not really, but whatever. Just something to make them more unified because it just feels so slapdash and haphazard.
Yeah.
And
this is a Vince McMahon idea.
Well, yeah, but Dana Brooke is a talented wrestler who never got a chance to ever win a match, so she never had a chance to build any momentum ever. And Mandy, I just don't enjoy watching her wrestle that much.
Yeah.
I think her skill set's fairly limited, and it's just not that fun to watch. She was more fun in the drama she was doing with Otis than she is trying to watch her climb her way to the top of a title picture. But unless she gets the heart like Trish and decides she wants to really learn this business and grow throughout the years, we'll see how it goes. But I mean, thus far, I don't have a lot of fun watching her wrestle.
I feel like she is going to be like that, eventually grow in this business, and She's not just gonna be another pretty face.
Well, I'm not counting her out as that. I'm just saying as of right now.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
get
who
it.
the hell am I to talk? I can't wrestle. As far as a consumer of this product, I know that I don't enjoy that product.
So that was a new tag team right there. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. And they get the opportunity, both of them get the opportunity to advance on, depending on who the winner is.
Yeah, I guess whoever wins this match gets next after the Riot Squad. So I guess we're just putting people in a queue now because there's no champion to face.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
But it was a short match.
It was Mandy Rose pins Lana off this. What was the?
It was a double knee strike.
Yeah, it was kind of sloppy looking, sloppy double knee, and it wasn't much here. Lana keeps taking abuse and taking pins because that's what she's here to do. So, although she gets some offense on Dana Brooke, because apparently no matter how pissed off the company is with your husband, you still won't eat shit like Dana Brooke in a match.
No, you won't.
Or Dana Brooke.
Oh, man.
You might as well put some facepaint on her and call her a Viking Warrior.
Yep.
So Alistair and KO are up next. We got a bit of a promo from Alistair leading into this, kind of explaining his motivations recently. It's kind of what we've been saying that we figured it would be, which was, or what it should be logically. He's pissed off because no one was there to help him. You know, we were complaining about how there was 5 people on Seth and his one buddy, and they couldn't get themselves in one damn room long enough to, have the numbers advantage.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed off too. So,
Yeah, so would I.
Alistair's like, I don't take, KO's like, oh, sorry, I was with my family. Couldn't be there to help you. It's like, I hated my family. That's not an excuse to me. You should have been here to have my back and you didn't. So you and all the people like you are going to be punished, which.
Wow. Okay. Well, wow.
Oh yeah. Great promo. It's only, but it only works if he goes up there and does something about it, which KO got the jump on the match. After that, it went back and forth fairly evenly, but ultimately, it was a goofy ending.
It really
Kinda.
was.
The whole match, kind of like we saw with Roman Reigns at Clash of Champions, the ref and the heel were just kind of getting into it the entire match. And eventually, the ref is trying to pull him off, beating KO on the ropes, and he kind of gets in the ref's face and he walks back and just starts wailing wildly on KO. And a wild elbow hits the ref. The ref calls the match DQ, makes, KO is the winner. While Alistair's arguing with the ref about that, KO comes up behind him, gives him the stunner. So he loses the match off of some weird wonky fluke, and he gets a stunner for his efforts. So it lets KO walk out with a victory and doesn't have to have Alistair getting pinned right now. So I get why they did it. It wasn't necessarily a bad use of the DQ this time around, even though you love that little fucking ball.
Next one is our triple threat match, the 24/7 title match.
Yeah, we actually get a 24/7 title match in the ring, and
It's a triple threat match.
these guys are much better wrestlers than they ever get credit for. It's always fun to watch them wrestle. They're always way more entertaining than some people who get pushed ahead of them. But they kind of know what they are as far as being the fun thing. And so I think they play it up. They have fun with it. I think Akira and Truth look like they're really enjoying themselves. And they're having a good time with it.
They really are.
So-
and then I'm glad to see Drew Gulak involved in the picture too.
Anytime they keep Drew, as long as they keep Drew fresh in people's minds, because the guy has the potential to be another Daniel Bryan. It just, you gotta find that thing to make him stick.
Yeah, but we need to talk about how R-Truth used the finisher of his childhood hero, John Cena.
Oh yeah.
That is true. R-Truth hits an FU on Drew Gulak and then kind of pins him and Akira both. He kind of lays across both of them. What did he hit Akira with? He hit him with something before that.
They hit him with that not the neutralizer, but the one that's similar to that. The front.
Oh, he was an
plate.
X Factor.
Yeah.
An X Factor kind of. It wasn't an X Factor because that's just layup. It was kind of a pickup into a X Factor. I don't know what the hell he calls that.
Well, it's a sitting face buster. Let's just say it like that. Yeah.
There you go. Sit out face buster for Akira. And then the FU. I'm not going to call it the AA. It's the FU.
It's the AA, like his childhood hero.
John Cena.
John
yeah,
Cena.
but what did John Cena call it originally?
We don't know what John Cena called it when R-Truth was a child.
So we have the Dominic Mysterio versus Murphy matchup next, which was this was the same match you've seen between these two for a while. Murphy, again, still being green is still, or not Murphy, sorry. Dom still being green is still kind of learning his matches. So
It was more of a brawl than anything, though, today.
it was pretty much a brawl early on. But eventually Dom grabs a kendo stick because he's the new Sandman. That's his thing, is the kendo stick. And he starts stalking Murphy on the inside, and Aaliyah comes out and she's like, he's not like Seth. He's not like him. You don't understand, and Murphy's like, you don't understand. You don't understand. And like, he was having kind of pleading, trying to calm Dom down a little bit. So Murphy might have a little bit of flip unless he's paying the long con for Seth. We'll see how it goes.
Let's see. But yeah,
It can go either way. Neither one will be fine.
The Aaliyah distraction worked for Murphy to get the roll-up win.
He doesn't try and attack Dom anymore. He just rolls him up and bails the hell out of there. But Dom does bail out after him and hits him a couple of times with the kendo stick. But Aaliyah stops him, and Dom eventually just kind of flips his shit on her. It's like, I'm doing this to protect our family, protect our legacy. And Dad's right, you are naive. And then she gives him the worst stage slap you've ever seen in your life and hightails it out of there.
Yeah, because my sister loves me to death, but she will slap me way harder than that.
Yeah, man. Like I don't watch soap operas for a reason. So I'm not really enjoying this one that much.
I'm going to go ahead and call it now. She's going to call pregnant.
Gross. But yeah.
This is a children's show.
And she's basically a child.
It's a children's show, but look what they did with Lana and Lashley.
So up next, we get the Hurt Business versus the Chump Brigade, featuring Mustafa Ali this time. And MVP cuts a promo, which basically echoes everything we've been feeling, all of our sentiments of like, again, like you were saying, the famous Albert Einstein. It was Albert Einstein who said the quote, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We all know the damn quote. But it's right, man, because we're sick of seeing Bobby and Ricochet just go bang their head against the damn wall, just like MVP said. However, tonight they banged their head through the damn wall like Jack Nicholson and The Shining, I guess. Because I guess even a broken clock is wrong. Is right twice a day, I suppose.
Because they added Ali this time, which, if we look back, they never lost with Ali on their side.
No, they did. They lost once with the last time Ali was with them. They lost.
If I look back, okay. Thanks for the correction.
They also have been having Ali and Ricochet feuding on main event, but nobody watches the main event, so nobody knows about that.
So yeah, I didn't know about that. So I guess you can just brush it aside and have them together here.
Yep.
Before the match had started, though, we forgot to mention that MVP during its promo did mention the fact that Cedric had been sent to boot camp for losing to Apollo last week. So don't know why Cedric's out, but Cedric was not there with the Hurt Business tonight. So
does it have anything to do with the Dos Equis disease?
I got no idea, but we'll find out in a little while. I don't know if he's out for the same reason the women were out, the women's champion, the tag team champions, and Nikki Cross. Don't know if it was the same issue, but I guess we'll find out sooner or later.
I guess so.
But after the promo talking about, Apollo and them banging their heads in the wall, Apollo and friends think that they're going to, they're clever. Before the match even starts, they, push MVP and Shelton out of the ring and they start, just triple teaming on Bobby.
They're getting the cheap shots in.
And you're like, yeah, they're going to no, doesn't do him any good because MVP just drags Ricochet out of the ring and Benjamin grabs Ali and the Hurt Business guys isolate each member of the Apollo and friends and just beat the living piss out of them, which just shows them that it was like the underground thing where they just each man took him in the ring and beat him like a toddler at Kmart. Like, you're not impressing anybody, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But during the match, even though the Hurt Business was looking about as strong as they normally did, we had a lot of chaos going on the outside. And during that moment, Ali was able to isolate MVP and hit the 450 splash for the 1-2-3. So the Hurt Business actually loses tonight to Apollo and friends, but it still doesn't feel like, it feels like they got lucky. It doesn't feel like that they're still in a competitive, that they're on the same competitive level with the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see it anymore. I really don't.
I'm tired of it.
And I thought we were going to get the change of pace this time because I thought this was going to be like they just beat the piss out of them and we got some retribution lights go off for a second.
This is the one moment I'm disappointed that I didn't see retribution.
First time I've ever been disappointed not to see retribution. You're totally right. Because I'm so sick of seeing Apollo. I thought, okay, they're going to jump them before the match and leave them broken and bloody when the lights flicker and stuff. Okay, this is going to be the transition. Retribution will come out and that'll start the feud with the Hurt Business and Retribution. We can get away from Apollo and Ricochet and whoever else that they want to bring from 205 Live who doesn't even look like they can, looks like they could fit into one. Like you could fit two 205 Live guys into Bobby Lashley, like one leg of Bobby Lashley's fucking trunks. You know what I'm saying? Like wee little men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Add to Akira Tozawa. Is he going to be the one that tips the tide against everybody? Like,
yeah, because he's got the ninjas.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, go bribe Braun Strowman with like some roadkill or something. Like, just go get something effective. I know who we need to take down these giant guys who outweigh us by 50 pounds each. This tiny little dude over here with a fucking LED flashlight on his hand. But you know what? It worked for him this time.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't.
I'm tired of it.
Yep.
It's
Bored.
exhausting.
Bored. So we go into our main event. Drew McIntyre comes out and he says, "Who's here to challenge me?" And no one steps up at first. He's like, "I guess I should sit here and talk for 10 minutes." And it's like, starts asking around, "So how's your weekend?" And funny stuff. But Dolph Ziggler comes out and we had seen him early in the night talk to Gunny Lackey. And Gunny Lackey's like, "You've already had your chance." He's like, no, I've got a better idea. Come talk to me. So we got a little bit of a foreshadowing for this. Ziggles comes out and, of course, Drew's like, "You've already had your shot." He's like, no, this is going to be special. And Ziggles introduces his former tag team partner, Mr. Bobby Roode, and it was glorious. And unfortunately, because in my mind, man, Bobby Roode is a championship contender.
He really is.
After his NXT run, and to me, in my mind, Bobby Roode is a world champion contender, and he's not been treated that way since coming to the main roster.
Or is it Robert Roode?
Doesn't matter. Bobby, Robert, doesn't matter. The point is, Roode, Shinsuke are two guys who should have been champions who are being treated like bargain basement crap. And it's great to see Bobby Roode back. It is a damn shame, though, he had to come back against Drew McIntyre because you all know how this goes.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Wasn't bad.
Bobby even did his finisher on him.
Yeah, he even kicked out of a damn glorious DDT to make
2, right?
No, just one because we went for the second
2
one.
attempts, but he only did one of them.
Went for the second attempt. That's when he ate the Claymore. But Bobby does start off pretty smart. He works the knee that was injured from last night on Drew, even though I think he was trying to work the injured knee from last night, but the commentaries he made it out. It's like Randy was attacking the right leg last night and he's on the left leg tonight. So I think Bobby just didn't know which leg was which or which one was supposed to be the one he was injured. Well, I would have known if they hadn't said anything.
No. He was attacking the wrong leg, and then Drew got backed up into a corner and slaps his knee, and then Bob
started kicking the correct one. Fair enough. But later on in the match, later on after that, though, whenever after Ziggles gets a little interference, though, that's when he's got him on the ground, starts working the leg over again. Because the commentators make mention that he's working the leg over early on. I'm like, he's not really, though. The commentators just say he is, but all right, whatever. And then when he goes back to the leg, that's when they go back and they're like, "Oh, he's working the wrong leg because he was working the left leg on the ground again."
Yeah.
Well. I wouldn't have noticed if they hadn't said anything, man, because I don't really pay attention to which leg it is because it's you could say it was whichever one and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Oh, well.
It's like the hump on, Young Frankenstein just moved.
What hump?
And either way, we expected the same ending that we got.
Yeah. Ziggles gets kicked in the face when he tries to jump up and cause a distraction again, and Bobby hits the glorious DDT. He only gets a 2 count. When he goes for the second one, though, Drew pushes him off, backs up, hits that Claymore, 1, 2, 3. Drew walks out the winner. And again, great to see Bobby back. Sucks he had to lose on his first night back, though, because we're showing exactly where we think of him and where he stands in all this. He's going back to exactly what he was, somewhere right below Baron Corbin.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there's a small light at the end of the tunnel there. Apparently James Storm's contract is up.
Oh yeah, think he's gonna go.
He might come back and team up with Roode again.
Are we gonna see beer money in WWE?
He only had that one match in NXT.
Money.
Anyway, so after the match, we cut backstage and we see this janitor that's been running around all night long. And I thought it was a Retribution guy, but you guys called it right. He pulls his hood back, or he grabs a chair out of his little mop cart or whatever. I'm like, oh, it's Bailey. I was wrong again. And he goes up to the Legends locker room. And of course, once he's creeping on the Legends locker room, he's Randy Orton. And of course, he pulls his little hood back and his mask down. And he puts like
night vision goggles.
They weren't even night vision goggles.
They're welding goggles.
Were they welding goggles?
Yeah, they're welding goggles.
They look like the ones, like those little glasses you used to put on that made like their little prism glasses made all the lights and stuff twinkly and sparkly and almost kaleidoscope-ish. Like the kind you get like at the Science Museum and crap.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's what he had on. Or he borrowed them from Frenchie from the boys. Don't know. But he puts these stupid fucking techno goggles on and turns the light off. And then you got this terrible, like, thwacking, like, sound effect over and over again. And as Rick laid down gently and everybody else set the tables down and stuff gently in the darkness with these terrible sound effects. And then Randy turns the light back on. Everyone's laid out and he's standing over him. It was the goofiest damn thing. It didn't track. It didn't play out like they wanted to. It just came off as really dumb because we've had like Kane turn the lights off and beat up Daniel Bryan before, which did not come off nearly as goofy. little more sinister. This was just, I realized, Rick, you can't have Ric Flair taking a chair shot. You know, you can't have or Christian taking a chair shot. Hell, you probably can't even have Sean taking a chair shot. You know what I mean? The only one guy in that room that can probably take a chair shot still.
Yeah, but I mean, this was on the script. They had time to find somebody to take those chair shots to Rick Ford at least.
Or think of something better to do other than that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's actually more than fair.
Anyway, I get what they were trying to do. Randy's never down and out, and these guys thought that they got the revenge on him, and the Viper struck again, and shows why he's the legend killer, but and why he never has to be counted out, and he's always been considered. You never turn your back on a rattlesnake, man. And I know the rattlesnake's Stone Cold's name, but it's still a fucking snake. You never turn your back on a fucking snake. Which is why I don't ever get why people get blindsided all the time. It's like, just if you're feuding with Randy Orton, just stand with your back against the damn wall the entire night because he's coming.
Yeah.
Shit.
But then they
this is
Scooby-Doo
Trimmers,
us.
you know? What?
But then they Scooby-Doo us.
It was seriously like the scene from the end of Saw where he just like pulls off the thing. He's like, the key is over in that bathtub. But he beats everybody up and like throws his hood and stuff back on. And then everyone, like all the officials come. He's like out there pushing his cart again and pushing. He's like, he's in there. Go get him, guys. Like he's like the end of Dark Man, you know? He turns into Bruce Campbell and fucks off.
Call me Dark Man.
Stupid.
Very.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to get more Randy Orton and Drew because we got to kill more time for Randy before Edge comes back. The rumor is they want the Edge versus Randy to have the belt on the line. So since they're continuing the Randy and Drew feud, Meltzer was saying that they were probably going to take the belt off of Drew at Clash of Champions and use the ambulance match as a way to not pin him and make him keep strong. But
I'm going to get a match at Hell in a Cell, though.
what's that?
I'm going to get a match at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and Randy will probably win that one. And so they can put Randy versus Edge for the title, which quite frankly doesn't need the title.
We really don't.
They're old, they're legends, they don't have a long run in them. I don't really care about Randy matching or equaling the 16-time or being the 16-time champion. I don't even really want him to because he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, if you're not going to give it to Cena, give Cena the record.
Well, Rick wants him to have it because Rick likes the dude, but like maybe in his real life, Randy's quite a beautiful human being, but the only perception I've ever had is that he is an arrogant cocksucker even in real life. And maybe that's the way he likes it because he likes keeping kayfabe going.
Yeah.
So either he's really great at his job to the point where I don't want to see him fucking succeed in his life because he's so good at his job.
Well, he's taking notes from The Undertaker. Undertaker was in kayfabe for 30 years?
Yeah.
Until his wife made him get an Instagram account a couple years ago.
All
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We'll see you this Saturday for SmackDown. We do have some new stuff up on the channel. We got a Blazing Saddles review. If you guys haven't checked it out, please go check it out. We hope you like it. We're going to have more movie reviews coming up for you. We're going to be doing a new segment called Reanimated, where we take old horror movies and the remakes and compare and contrast them. The first one coming up is going to be Evil Dead. We're going to be recording that for you this coming weekend. Hopefully we have it to you like in 2, 3, 5, 6 weeks. Depending how long it takes for us to edit. But look forward to that, guys, and we'll see you soon. Say hi to your mom for me.